Caitlin Clark's career is a highlight reel of game-changing moments. But some shots did more than just add points to the scoreboard. They altered the course of her journey. From deep threes that silenced critics to clutch plays that shifted the landscape of women's basketball. These 15 shots marked turning points in her rise from college standout to WNBA star. I would like to ask you to quickly like this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, hit the subscribe button. It really means a world to me. 1. The off-balance reverse versus Drake, November 19th, 2022.
And from Lisa Bluter today, Martin has come out here tonight shooting like Caitlin Clark.
Ooh.
There's 100 for Iowa.
Up the nets, Kate Martin has had a tremendous offensive output and a deep one.
Caitlin Clark's off-balance reverse layup against Drake showcased her elite body control, creativity, and ability to score under pressure. While she's best known for her deep three-pointers, this moment highlighted her versatility, adjusting midair, finishing through contact, and maintaining composure in a blowout. Great players dominate in multiple ways, and Clark's ability to adapt and make difficult shots, even in non-crucial moments, proves her all-around brilliance. It's the kind of instinctual, high IQ play that separates good players from legends, solidifying her place among the game's greatest.
Chances. Three-point shooting was a big point of emphasis, too. This will be an easy one for Clark. And two more.
Woo! Caitlin Clark locked in on.
She scored 28 that night, but this bucket showed her finishing finesse before her national spotlight exploded.
Before she's still able to impact the game in other ways, getting out the ball to her teammates in transition, defensively being in the right position. She's constantly thinking at such a high level.
2. The behind-the-back layup versus Rutgers. You witnessed it before the Final Four hype. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing, she was putting on a clinic. Dropping 47 in a blowout, she made Rutgers' defense look helpless. That behind-the-back dribble, pure instinct. Splitting the double team, effortless. Finishing left-handed at the rim, that's the mark of a generational talent. She doesn't just score, she humiliates defenders, blending playground creativity with elite-level dominance. Moments like these separate the great from the greatest. You saw it then. Clark's game is built for history. You can't deny it. She's one of the best to ever do it.
No big, I feel like pop. Shoot a shot. Coming in hot.
3. The one-legged fadeaway versus Penn State. You just witnessed greatness in motion. Up big in the third, Caitlin Clark didn't just settle. She delivered a cold, one-legged fadeaway like a seasoned legend. That's not just range, that's skill, footwork, and pure confidence. People talk about her deep threes, but her mid-range bag? Underrated. Dropping 23 points effortlessly proves she's not just a shooter, she's a complete scorer. When defenders close in, she adjusts, evolves, and dominates. That's what the greatest do. You're not just watching a star, you're watching one of the greatest to ever play the game. The no-look floater versus Wisconsin. You knew she was special before the logo threes. As a sophomore, Caitlin Clark didn't just score, she toyed with defenses. Driving against Wisconsin, she drew a 6'3" center, then casually flipped a no-look floater while looking the other way. It wasn't just a bucket, it was genius in motion. A 35-point night, but that one play, pure artistry. She didn't need deep-range hype, her craftiness was already next level. That's what makes her one of the greatest. When you're rewriting the game before the world catches on, you're not just good, you're legendary. 5. The Eurostep finish versus Illinois. You just witnessed greatness in motion. Caitlin Clark isn't just a shooter, she's an all-around force. That Eurostep through Illinois' zone, it wasn't just skill, it was instinct, precision, and confidence. She dodged 2 defenders and finished at the rim, proving she can torch you from deep or carve you up inside. A 34-point, 10-assist game isn't just a stat line, it's control, dominance, and pure basketball genius. When you think of the greatest to ever play, you think of players who redefine the game. Clark is doing just that, proving there's no limit to her impact on the court. 6. The half-court heave versus Cleveland State. You've seen buzzer beaters before, but Caitlin Clark makes them look effortless. In a non-conference mismatch, she casually launched a half-court shot at the third-quarter buzzer, banking it in like it was routine. No pressure, no hesitation, just pure instinct. and that's what separates her. While others wait for big moments, Clark creates them. A 36-point game? Impressive. But this shot, that's legendary confidence. It wasn't about the score, it was about showing you she's different. Less hype than her Michigan State buzzer beater, but a reminder, Caitlin Clark doesn't just play the game, she owns it. 7. The spin move layup versus Nebraska. You watched Caitlin Clark take the hit, stay balanced, and still finish the and one. Because greatness isn't just about skill, it's about resilience. In a game where her team struggled, she still dropped 31, proving that even when the odds stack against her, she delivers. That's what makes her one of the greatest. She doesn't just score, she fights through adversity, takes the contact, and wills her way to the basket. While others fold under pressure, Clark rises. You don't just witness history, you feel it. Because when the game gets tough, the greats get tougher. And Clark, she's built different. 8. The left-handed scoop versus Purdue. You saw it, Clark drove left, hung in the air, and flipped the ball in with her offhand like it was nothing. That's not just skill, that's greatness. Most players dream of that level of ambidexterity, but for Clark, it's just another play in a quiet 26-point night. That's the scary part, when a move that's slick barely makes headlines. She dominates, adjusts midair, and makes defenders look helpless. In a Big Ten blowout, she still finds ways to leave you speechless. That's what separates legends from the rest. You're watching one of the greatest to ever play the game. 9. The rookie pull-up versus Atlanta Dream. You saw it. The hesitation, the pull-up, the deep swish. Caitlin Clark's first I belong here moment in the WNBA. No record books, no milestones, just pure skill. Then, with 16 points and a win, she silenced the doubters early. That's what greatness looks like. Not just stats, but moments that shift narratives. You felt the energy, the confidence, the fire that separates legends from players. Clark isn't just playing, she's proving, game by game, why she's one of the greatest to ever touch a basketball. And you know this is only the beginning. 10. The crossover finish versus Chicago Sky. You saw it. Caitlin Clark, locked in, breaking down Angel Reese with a cold-blooded crossover before slicing through defenders for a fearless finish. Just one bucket in a 35-point clinic. But it's bigger than that. You watched her fuel the Fever's playoff push with unmatched skill and flair, proving she's built for greatness. The vision, the confidence, the ability to take over games. Clark isn't just playing. She's redefining the game in real time. Every move, every clutch moment cements her legacy. You don't just witness players like this often. Caitlin Clark? She's one of the greatest to ever do it. 11th. The transition bank versus Northern Illinois. You saw it early. Caitlin Clark wasn't just another player. As a sophomore, she sprinted in transition, faked a pass, and banked in a running layup past a helpless defender. That was raw speed, elite IQ, and instincts you can't teach. Then, she dropped 27 in a quiet opener. Because for Clark, greatness is just routine. You don't just watch her play, you witness history. She controls the pace, makes the impossible look easy, and stacks up numbers like legends before her. If that's her quiet game, imagine the noise when she's at full throttle. That's what makes her one of the greatest. 12. The double pump layup versus Kentucky. You knew Caitlin Clark was special from the start. In her NCAA tournament debut, she fearlessly attacked the rim, double pumped in midair to evade Ryan Howard, one of the best defenders, and still banked it in. That's elite body control, instincts, and confidence as a freshman. Then, she torched the competition with 35 points in an upset win, proving she wasn't just a highlight, she was a game changer. From day one, Clark thrived under pressure, delivering moments only legends create. When the lights shined brightest, she dominated. That's what makes her one of the greatest to ever play the game. 13. The step-through finish versus Washington Mystics. You saw it. Caitlin Clark trapped, two Mystics defenders closing in, nowhere to go. But greatness isn't about stopping. It's about creating. She stepped through, twisted in midair, and spun a perfect layup off the glass. That's not just talent. That's instinct, growth, and elite-level composure. A 29-point masterpiece. And yet, this moment said it all. She's learning, adapting, and thriving in tight spaces where others panic. That's what makes legends. You're not just watching a rookie, you're witnessing one of the greatest to ever play the game, mastering the craft in real time. Keep doubting her, and she'll keep proving you wrong. 14. The off-the-glass self-alley versus Minnesota. You've seen greatness before, but Caitlin Clark just redefined it. Who else pulls off a self-alley-oop mid-air in a 49-point senior night blowout? That's confidence. That's flair. That's the mark of a generational talent. You weren't just watching a highlight, you witnessed history. A playful bucket? No, it was a statement. The game bends to her will, and she's not just playing it, she's elevating it. When the lights are brightest, Clark delivers moments you'll never forget. That's what makes her one of the greatest. You either recognize it now, or you'll regret doubting her later. 15. The hesitation. 3 versus Seattle Storm. You saw it. Late in her rookie season, Caitlin Clark hit a cold-blooded 28-footer after freezing her defender. No wasted motion, just pure skill. That's greatness. A quiet 23 points, steady and controlled, proving she doesn't just take deep shots, she makes them. This wasn't a fluke, it was a statement. You saw her handle the pressure, the expectations, and still deliver. Pro range? Already mastered. Poise? Unshakable. She's not just playing. She's redefining the game. You're witnessing one of the greatest to ever do it, and deep down, you know she's only getting started. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Stay tuned.